Okay, so today we will make a slide to introduce you briefly about the Docker and how to use it into our Magic box system. So okay, let me zoom out uh, Power itself. Okay, why we use Docker in our system? Here I list some features of Docker that we will make use of Docker to deploy our system. Actually, there are a lot of features, power features of Docker, but I will list some my acknowledge, my understanding about the Docker. Okay. First, when we work on Docker, we don't care the OS operating system because Docker is compatible with every operating system like Linux and Windows. And when we are a developer, we also don't care how about the OS. We just care how to develop a application. Actually, when we work on Docker, it's so easy to develop and easy to test. Even the tester no need to understand or install the whole SDK for the tester's computer. She just install Docker and run application without install anymore. And when we deploy any container on Docker, it's easy to run a container and restructure. The third is that when we update application and it doesn't affect into our Docker into a container that we have built, and uh, it's also Docker also provide us a management with the command line to manage every container in Docker. And when we work with Docker, you have a powerful tool that we don't care and no need to brief allocated any RAM for Docker first. Don't like a virtual machine. Docker is so flexible and it can be optimized by itself. Example, when our computer have 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, we no need to allocate for Docker, or it will use a part of 8 GB RAM, and if a Docker need, Docker will get more, and if a Docker no need, they freeze and release for. We don't care about the performance of it. Okay, so Docker is a open source. They have two versions. One is a community version, and the other is for enterprise version. You know, AWS and Azure, some big cloud also use Docker as a partner of them. It's very famous, right? And the next, so in track, what is a Docker? Docker is a containerization platform. Why? Because every container packages, it will packages our application into an image. And if we build our application are running on .NET Core, so we will package all our source codes and its dependencies like SDK runtime of .NET Core into an image. After that, we have an image that can install on a Docker like an installation file. So we easy to divide into some environment while developing, like development, staging, or production. That's so easy for every team when work with Docker. We don't care how to install exactly what framework. in the individual machine. We only care the Docker. Docker will make all of this for us. It is a tool to design, yeah, right, to make it easier to create and deploy application. I told in the previous slide. So I will talk a little about the component of Docker. Maybe we will more, but I think this is the main. So in the Docker, we care about the Docker image. We hear a lot about the Docker image and Docker Hub, Docker containers, and Docker file. So too easy to understand, I will talk about this file first, and then I will back into the previous slide. So to work with Docker, we need a Docker file because Docker file allow us to compose a indicator to tell Docker I need this so code, I need a dependency, I need other dependencies into our application to run a application. So after we write a Docker file, then we will use the Docker to build that Docker file into a image. And after we have a image, we will pull this image into the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a like a repository will contain and allow us to save our image on that hub. And after that, when we want to install any image into our application, we simply use the pull command to pull our image from Docker Hub into my machine and run it. When any image install in the Docker and run, that time we call that is the container. Yeah, we have a relationship between the image and container here. If the image is stand alone, it consists of installation file, also codes and dependencies. But when we run that image, it will become a container in Docker. So back to the previous slide, I will go into the detail for each concept. So Docker image is a template needed to run an application. Yeah, consists of application code library, tool dependency, design tool is to create, and like I share, Docker Hub is a repository will save and store all of our images. I will show our Docker Hub. I also create for company a Docker Hub to save images. I will show later. And Docker containers. Exactly what I said. When we execute any image, it will become a Docker containers. And Docker file is a place that we will write any indicator that tell the Docker what to do. So, I will show an example Docker file later. Next. So now we will summarize our system. I temporarily divide in our application into two parts. One is for RabbitMQ. Actually, I install RabbitMQ in a single Linux server. So the other is application. Application consists of Angular app, ASP.NET app, and MySQL. You know, Docker community already built an image named MySQL, so we no need to build an image for MySQL. What we can now is to build Angular app and aspnetzero app. Okay, this is overview for deploying our application. As you can see, we will deploy our application on the Linux through Docker. So The first of all, we need install Docker on the Linux server, and the second, we will build image for each app, like Angular app, ASP app. MySQL is a built-in image. We no need to care. And uh, we need one server for this case. That is Nginx. Nginx will collect all of the requests from client and navigate to the main app, uh, Angular, and then Angular will notify to aspnetzero. Aspnetzero will interact with the database. Yeah, that is the circle of application. So as I mentioned, for each app, we will build into an image. But if we have many image, I don't want to install a single individual image on the Docker. I want to just one click to install all of image on the Docker. That's why we have more concept is Docker Compose. So what is Docker Compose? Docker Compose is a tool for defining and running multi-container Docker application. Yeah, that is quite abstract, but when we go into the system thing, you will understand more deeply. Okay. So I back to uh, my application to quick introduce. As I introduced before, each app we need a Docker file. Yeah, for aspnetzero, I compose a Docker file for aspnetzero app. Uh, some indicator like from, that is include the library for ASP.NET 0. After that, I normally run the Docker build to build that into any image. So after we have an image, I will push that image into the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a repository, as I uh, told before. For Magic Box, I set its name is Magic Box Netcore and Magic Box Angular. Netcore is mean ASP.NET 0. So we already store. I already built image for ASP.NET and pull into the Docker Hub. This will hold and store our images here. Okay. So I will choose a server to introduce how to install our application into Docker. Actually, our server need to install Docker first. I will check the Docker version. Yeah, I already installed the Docker version 20. So we need more tool like a Docker Compose version. Okay, already installed. So now what I do is pull the image from Docker Hub that I created before here into our server. I will pull this image. Yeah, they recommend us use this command. Push, and we will pull Magic Box Netcore, and the last version is 1.0.4. I will pull this version. Docker pull Magic Box Netcore, the version 1.0.4, and hit enter. Okay, as you see, our server is pulling the ASP.NET Core image. Okay, the second I will pull the Angular images the same way with ASP.NET. I set its name is Magic Box Angular, as you see, and the same version with Magic Box .NET Core. Docker pull Magic Box Angular v1.0.4. Hit enter. That easy, right? Oh, already. Maybe you can see the first is pulling the dependencies of that images. If it already in our server, it no need to pull again. And then we will it will pull the latest version of Angular up. And I will check on my server to see images. Okay, we already pull Magic Angular Magic Box. I already pull the MySQL to pull Docker to pull MySQL image. We simply type Docker pull MySQL and version. But actually here I already installed. No need to pull again. Okay, right? So now it's time for me to run that image. When image running, we call that is a container. Okay, clear? And Docker images again to see. But one one note, one big note for this, when our container running on Docker, uh, we can access to the container to see what happened, but we don't we often don't do for by that way. That's why you can see here I already mount from the Docker container into the physical disk of Linux, the necessary file like configuration, setting up, and for Angular also have a configuration. This configuration we need to mount from the Docker to the physical disk of Linux instead of. So we also, as I mentioned above, I don't want to install each single image. I want to install just one click. That's why we have one more Docker combo file. Hello. I will talk a little about the Docker combo file here to understand it. That Docker combo file. Okay. Wait. Here you can see in this file include any indicator to tell the Docker what to do. The first container, I will tell to the Docker that will run a container name Magic Box .NET Core v1.0.4 version. Actually, we already pull to our Linux server here, right? So this Docker compose file will tell to the Docker, and I load it to do by my handle by manual. I just click on this and the host name, and as you can see, I mount some special file from container into the physical Linux. As you can see, all of them are the log file and configuration file. Sometimes we need to see any log. Okay, we simply access to here to see the log of .NET Core. Easy, right? And this is Angular, and this is my SQL also. So I already set up it. I already write this Docker compose by myself before. I introduce this. And so now we simply check where we are pwd and check the file. I only type a docker compose dot space up docker compose up. Remember, notice the command docker compose up. That's all, and hit enter. And Docker will do all for us, nothing more. Docker compose up. Oh, let me see. Oh, I'm typing wrong. Docker compose up. Okay, I'm wrong. Hit enter. As you can see, first it will install Magic Angular. Oh no, the Angular app, something wrong. We need to check again. We need to check again. .4. It's not .0.4. We have update. Okay. And normally, I just type docker combo down. It means I will turn off all of that image that I install and remove all of it. Docker bs check la thing are running and try to again. Docker compose up. Docker compose up. Yeah, it will install the latest version first. Yes, as you can see, our application are running. So now I will access to this IP to see this IP of server here. Here, I will access to it IP. Oh, we need to install Nginx before. I still not install Nginx, right? I need check to the server. Oh, combining. Check again Docker ps. Here we have three container are running. Magic Netcore and Magic Angular. So now I will check Nginx Docker sudo system ctl Nginx status. Oh, I did not install Nginx, so we need to install Nginx.